Hi, my name is Matthew, as you can tell because this is my channel. Don't mind my phone. I'm just doing the audio, whatever. But this is just a random ass video I wanted to make to test a couple of things. I'm testing three things. I am testing one, this shitty blue screen that I made to put stuff up behind me. We're gonna see if it works. If it doesn't, this video is going to be terrible. But if it does, that's great. And so if it works, you will see a picture now. If you don't see a picture, then that's kind of unfortunate. The second thing I'm testing is if I can take iPhone voice memos and use them as like MP3 so that I can have an external microphone. I don't really have a microphone. I tied my headphones to a Fiji water bottle. But it should make recording easier because I don't have to like talk super loud into a camera that's all the way back there. And the third and final, I think most important test is of my mental stability because I've gone like 3 months without my therapist and we're kind of just we're vibing, bro. We're vibing. But I'm gonna take this shitty hood off. Let's just talk. This is just a big old test. So, I mean, like, no one's gonna see this video anyway. So, we're just gonna test stuff out. Let's talk about what I'm doing. I am not doing much. My mental stability is, like, at an all-time low. You can probably tell because I am drinking out of a shaker. Don't worry, this is non-alcoholic. It's like a milkshake. I just took cold brew coffee and mixed it with ice cream because I'm a little baby and I can't handle the bitterness of coffee. So I just kind of put ice cream in it. You know, if you go to the roastery in Seattle, not the first Starbucks, the one at Pike Place, you go way up, like you go way up and then you'll reach the Starbucks roastery and they have like custom drinks there that you can't get anywhere else at any other Starbucks, like this one. So like that's where I got the idea from. Like I got this every morning to wake me up. It was great. Let's talk. What's happening in the world? Because you'd have to be like blind or ignorant to not acknowledge everything that's happening in the world. First of all, don't spread pictures and media of protesters and protesters' faces and clothes if like because of the fact that they can trace them and they can get like arrested and shit like that. Like we don't want them being in more danger than they already are. But I'm thinking specifically of this video of like whatchamacallit, of a protester. He's like standing in the middle of the street. I'm not gonna put the video behind me for obvious reasons, but like it's a video of like one of the officers shooting tear gas at him and then he just fucking he takes it or like it's coming at him and he just fucking kicks it back. You know what that scene reminded me of? It reminded me of when spoiler alert, Naruto comes back to life and then he wakes up and he just kicks the truth seeker orb that Madara shot. Like that was a scene. What else can I talk about? Like this is honestly just one big test. I could fucking put Pacific Rim fights behind me and like that'll be a satisfactory test. Oh, another thing I wanted to bring attention to is the the terror bill that's happening in the Philippines. I don't know how many Pinoys are watching this. I'm going to pull something up on my phone because I think this is an important thing. The terror bill is a bill that's about to be passed in the Philippines, and it's so fucking close to being passed. It's scary. The anti-terrorism bill doesn't sound like a bad idea, you know? Pass a bill that's anti-terrorist, like, that makes sense. You don't want terrorists, you know? But basically what the bill allows you to do is to target individuals directly, and it gives the state and government and its powers complete control and ability to decide who is a terrorist and what is considered a terrorist threat or attack. So they can just get you for literally the smallest things. Like you can be considered a terrorist for participating in a rally or movement that can cause a serious risk to public safety. So imagine you're just protesting and the government doesn't agree with you. They can just go, "Well, that's a threat." and they can arrest you. You can also be arrested for something small as just posting, writing, sharing, retweeting stuff that's anti-government, or even memes that are anti-government. How dumb is that? Memes? Imagine you post a meme and then you fucking tomorrow morning you wake up and fucking FBI is at your door. That's how dumb it is. And don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. The penalties aren't that great. It's you have to spend a minimum of 24 days in jail even if you aren't considered a terrorist. Like even if all the charges are dropped, you have to spend a minimum of 24 days in jail. And if you are convicted of being a terrorist, that's a minimum of 12 years of jail time. Imagine that. You post a meme and then it's like, "Oh shit. I got I got to stay in the slammer for a whole dozen years, you know?" I was going to say baker's dozen, but that's 13. You want to know why bakers use 13? Cuz fuck 12. Um Other than that, I mean, I don't really have much to say. Um be nice to people. Um that's a really good start. I think that's a really good start. You know, you should be nice to people. Um, and ACAB. I know that people might get mad when I say ACAB because it's like, oh, it's only a few bad apples. Bro, a few bad apples makes the whole barrel bad. I'm not gonna put graphic stuff behind me, but you know, that video of those two cops shoving a 75-year-old man to the ground might pop up behind me. Oops. Um, those two officers were suspended. They weren't fired, they were suspended. And you know what happened in response? 57 other members of that police department just kind of went on strike. Like I don't know exactly what happened, but they just stopped going because they were like, yeah, that's like imagine that. Sorry if my eyes dart around a lot. I'm like looking at the camera and it's tripping me that I'm kind of just talking into a camera. Like I do this a lot where I just rant, but I never thought I'd do it like on camera, you know? And I'm wearing an Eevee cape, so I'm gonna get called a furry, so it doesn't fucking matter what my opinion is, because people are gonna invalidate it because I'm wearing a fucking soft cape. Um, by the way, so worth it. I'm not a furry, but fuck, sleeping in this thing, it's like a blanket on you 24/7. It's so good. And Eevee, I know there's the Vulpix cape, the Alolan Vulpix cape, and the Pikachu cape as well. But Eevee is such a good Pokemon. Such a good Pokemon, bro. I can tell my mental health is on a decline because I'm wearing a cape and I have painted nails. But that's not important. What is important is that you guys are doing well, and I mean you can watch this video. I don't give a shit. But donate money if you're able to. Um, you can probably I'll try and find a link to put in the description of like places you can donate because it's very important that you do. I don't really go on social media anymore, which is kind of disappointing. I go on Twitter for news, but I don't really go on Instagram. I don't really like post my own shit. So this is like a weird departure from that because this is very cathartic for me to just rant. Um, but continue to do as much as you can. Um, Black Lives Matter. I hope you have a good day, and I'm still not a furry.